Well, hello, and welcome back, guys. I am here today to talk to you about the one thing that successful people never make. Let me say that again. The one thing that successful people never, ever make. You're never going to see them make this, especially when they've been in the game for a minute. So, before I start, let me just say who I am, and then we'll get right to it. My name is Joy. I'm a certified synergistic kinesiologist, certified sports and nutrition coach, certified... what else? Sports and nutrition coach, certified. Oh my gosh, I'm stuck. Hi, hello, welcome guys. Welcome to this beautiful Friday. Is it Friday? 7/7/17. How cool is that? It is 7/7/17. If you don't do something out of the ordinary today, you are tripping. You need to be doing something that's different from your normal schedule today, just because you're never going to get another 7/7/17 again in your entire life. Hey, Eric, welcome. I thought you were at work right now. What are you doing being able to hop on here this time of the day? All right, guys. So, what else did I say? Oh, I'm a certified sports nutritionist, certified personal trainer. There we go. And I'm also formulator of the most powerful supplements in the world. If you don't know the R3 supplement brand, you will know. Either you're going to know because you tried them, or you're going to know because somebody's telling you about them. So, it's going to be one or the other. They're going to be on somebody's counter. On a counter near you pretty soon. I'm also a speaker in addition to what else? Speaker. I told you guys, if you guys have watched my live streams for a long time, you'll know that I'm always on it, because I'm always in like a very, very peaceful and serene space. And right now, with these cars just whizzing by back and forth, it throws me off of my game. It like is a complete distraction for me. So I hope I can bring some value to this live stream for you all, and kind of get on focus. That's my goal. And I'm attempting to do that right now. But just know that I am off. I will admit that I am off because of all these cars that are whizzing by me and making all this noise. It's a complete distraction. So Eric says, I'm off on Fridays during the summer. Well, hey, Fridays, you're off. That is awesome. So let's talk about the one thing that successful people do, or the one thing that successful people never make. And that one thing, most of you guys can guess this. The one thing successful people never, ever make, they never make excuses. They never make excuses. Isn't that interesting? If you were to pay attention to how many excuses you hear today, you're going to hear at least a dozen excuses from people. They're going to tell you why they can't do this, why they can't commit to that. They're going to tell you why they're too old for this, why they're too young for that, why they don't have enough money for this, why they don't have enough time in their day for that. They're going to have an excuse for everything. And the way they set their excuses up is they set them up in a way that makes they appear to sound valid. They appear to sound like they're not excuses, they're just the way things are. But they are excuses. I'm going to tell you that. I'm going to prove that to you right now. Let's pay attention to this. Check this out. I want to let you know right up front what excuses are. Excuses are a way to avoid failure. Put that down in your notes. Excuses are a way to avoid failure. Now, here's the crazy thing, though. They're not a guaranteed way to avoid failure, but they make people think that they're avoiding failure by making an excuse. Nobody wants to fail. And so here's the reason why. This is what I like about leaders right here. I'm about to tell you, it's so cool. This is what I love about leaders. They are not afraid to fail. And let me tell you why they're not afraid to fail. They've seen it, they felt it, they've lived it. Let me say that again. They've seen it, they felt it, they've lived it. They've been there, they have the t-shirt. They're not afraid to fail. They're like, dude, what? I eat failure for breakfast. What? I'm not scared to fail. So you have to get to the point in life where that's your outlook. That's your mindset. Your mindset is set up in such a way where you're like, look, I've seen it, I felt it, and I've lived it. Now, here's the deal. Some people have never seen and felt failure, and that's why they're so scared of it. To me, if all you've done in life is all you do is win, you've never failed, then I'm scared of you. Because I don't know what you're going to do when you do fail. I don't know how you're going to react when you do fail. Maybe you'll get back up and dust off and keep moving. Maybe you won't. Maybe it will keep you down. Maybe it will scare you to the point where you don't get up and try again. So I actually have more respect for the person who failed multiple times than the person that all they've done is they only have wins. They only have wins under their belt. They've never failed. I don't want to really be around that person, because when that person fails, I don't know how they're going to handle it. I'd rather have somebody on my team that have experienced failure over and over and over and over. And all they do is go back to the drawing board and say, okay, let me make adjustments. Let me say that again. Let me make adjustments. Because all failure means is that something needs to be added or something needs to be taken away. So all you need to do is go back to the drawing board. That's it. Something needs to be added to your game plan or something needs to be taken away. So when you have a mindset of, let me go back to the drawing board, all you're doing is you're going back to the drawing board to see what needs to be adjusted. If you've never failed before, I'll tell you this, and this is I was hiring a trainer once, and this lady who I was hiring, I sat, and she was like in her early 20s, and I said, what's the hardest thing you've ever had to accomplish in your life? Or actually, the way I worded it is I said, what's the hardest thing you've ever had to overcome before? The hardest thing you've ever had to overcome. And like I said, I know she was only 23, 24 at the time, but she said the hardest thing, and I braced myself, because sometimes people are telling me something really deep. And she said the hardest thing that I've ever had to overcome before in my entire life was running a 5K. I'm like, really? Girl, you haven't seen nothing yet. If the hardest thing you've ever had to overcome in your entire life was running a 5K, that's it? Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. Like, I need somebody with a few more battle scars than that. Running a 5K? That's the hardest thing you've ever had to overcome? Do you know that by the time some people are 23 years old in life, there's some people who have had to overcome death. There's some people who have had to overcome poverty. There's some people who have had to overcome like abuse, physical abuse, mental abuse, emotional abuse. And all you've had to overcome was running a 5K? I mean, here's the deal. That's awesome that your life has been so, Skittles and rainbows and cherries and that's the hardest thing you've ever had to overcome. But I'm just saying that if and when something harder than that comes along, I don't know how you can handle that. Because it may be a situation where you don't know how to handle a difficulty above a certain level. There's levels to difficulty. And so I'm just saying that there may be levels and you may not be able to handle a certain level. You'll go home crying to mommy. You'll go home with your tail between your legs. You'll have a nervous breakdown because you can't handle something really, really, really hard and like devastating. So when you have these different battle scars, it just means that you've seen it, you felt it, you've lived it. And so at this point, you feel you have this mindset of a conqueror. You have this mindset of nothing can tear you down. Nothing can hold you down. And I kind of like working with people like that. I kind of like connecting with people like that because people like that just feel like, you know what? I can overcome anything in life. I've had to overcome things that were hard and I know that I can. And they really have this strong sense of belief in themselves. They're like, look, if I've overcome that and it didn't kill me, I can overcome anything in life. And that's the mindset I like to be around people with that type of mindset. Real winners, real overcomers, real conquerors, real leaders are not scared of failure. They do eat breakfast. They do eat failure for breakfast. They do say, you know what? That's your hardest punch. That's the hardest thing you can throw at me, life. That's it. That's your biggest punch. And they roll up their sleeves and they get back in the ring and they go for their next biggest thing. They always have a mindset of on to the next one. They always have a mindset of I'm on to something bigger and better and greater. And that is when that is when in life you really are going to make a big impact, because it's all about the next level. It's all about moving on. It's all about readjusting and moving on to something bigger and something greater. So with today being 7/7/17, that's what I encourage each and every one of you listening to do. If you can hear me right now, whether you are watching me live or whether you are watching this on a recorded version, I just want to encourage you to move up and step up to a higher version of yourself. And when you step up to a higher version of yourself, that does mean bigger problems sometimes, bigger adversities, bigger failures, but it also means bigger blessings. It also means bigger rewards. It also means bigger impact that you're making in the world. How freaking cool is that? Who's ready? Who's ready? That's what I want to know. Who's ready? Who's done with excuses? Who's so sick and tired of being sick and tired of their own crap? Sick and tired of being sick and tired of their own excuses? Somebody needs to share this, because somebody needs to freaking hear this, because somebody woke up today on 7/7/17 and they're making excuses already on the beautiful numbers. They're already setting themselves up for failure. So what I want to encourage you to do is I want to encourage each and every one of you to step up to the highest version of yourself and do something and have an intention today that hurts, that scares you. Can you right now make a commitment to something that freaking scares you? Because you don't know if you can make it happen. You don't know if you have enough wit, enough intelligence, enough skill, enough background, enough experiences, enough personality, enough money to make it happen. You don't know. You doubt that you can make it happen, but you're going for it any freaking way. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about, baby. 7/7/17. That's today. That's today's date. So I encourage each and every one of you, step up to a new game plan, new vision, new mindset. It's going to require something even more of yourself, of your personality, of who you are. It's going to require more of you, more than you've ever given before. But I have confidence that you can do it. I have confidence that you can do it, baby. So until next time, R3 for life, reverse, retrain, rebuild, reverse, retrain, rebuild your body and mind. That's what this is all about. You can reverse, you can retrain, you can rebuild your body and mind. If you want to know more about my programs, the biggest thing I do is I have a holistic program that's set up of fitness, supplements, mindset, and food, a food plan that when you put this 30-day challenge into your life, it does require you to step up. But it does have big benefits at the end of it. So I encourage you to take my 30-day challenge. You can find out more about it at r3worldwide.com. Until next time, baby, R3 for life. Bye.